Yo, what's up, guys? Hope you all are doing well today. We're just going to do a real quick recap on what happened with the indices this week. So yeah, let's just get into it. So on the ES right here, we see that Monday started off with seek and destroy conditions right here. So there's just a bunch of chop that day. So we see accumulation right here, and then Tuesday opened and manipulated. It's AMD, right? So we got accumulation right here. We got manipulation up here into the high time frame PD array, which is this 1 hour order block as well as this 1 hour SIBI right here. And we hit these two levels, and then we distribute. So we have AMD or power 3, whatever you want to call it. So accumulation, manipulation, distribution from Monday and Tuesday, and accumulated, manipulated, and then right here, once we hit these two high time frame levels of resistance, I was looking for price Tuesday morning for a retracement into this 1 hour SIBI right here as well, for an entry, right? So, and then right here, from here, it was a market maker sell model. We had the smart money reversal up here, and we had one reaccumulation phase right here, two reaccumulation phases right here, and then a complete drop into the prior day's lows, as well as the -2 standard deviation, which is usually reversals, right? And like I said before, Mondays or Tuesdays usually form the low or the high of the week. And in this instance, we created the classic Tuesday reversal, or the low of the week. So on Tuesday, I expected for price to come down into these levels, the 50%. So Monday, we tapped into the 25% of this FOMC fair value gap, right? And I thought that was not enough. So at least hit the consequent encouragement of the high time frame BISI, so the 50%. So I didn't believe that we would form the low of the week on Monday. I would think that we would retrace into a higher time frame PD array and then drop and hit that 50% level or the 75% level before pushing higher for the rest of the week, right? And that's what happened. So Tuesday, we created that low of the week after hitting the prior day low as well as the 50% level of the FOMC BISI. And then right here, we didn't really have much here, to be honest. Yeah, early that morning, really not have much. I think this is actually, I don't even know what this was. And the only thing I can really think of was this inversion fair value gap, but you would enter off of that, the break. Yeah, it just ran, price just ran right here. Price took these lows, these equal lows right here. Took out those sell side liquidity, and then we had this inversion right here. This could have been a decent entry actually. We had inversion fair value gap right here, orange. We had multiple volume imbalances that were tapped into multiple times, and as well as this 5-minute or 15-minute fair value gap down here, right? Let's make that green. So closed over here, we started retrace, and then I would probably enter it off of this volume imbalance after us retracing into this 15-minute inverse fair value gap, or this BISI down here, right? So let's go on the 5-minute real quick and see if we can see a setup. And this was for Wednesday. Wednesday was not a very good day in the beginning, or the PM at least. We have this market structure shift right here. But I mean, I don't see too much. We do have another inversion, or we have a BPR right here, and it tapped it to the tick right here. So after these levels, tapped into this, formed this BPR, formed right here, closed over it, and then we dropped right into it to the tick, entered right there, tapped in, put my load on here, risking about $225 in my instance, targeting this high for a nice 3R. Not a bad trade. So let's back it up a little bit. Got a little sidetracked. All right, so that's for Wednesday. And then we started pushing higher. Like I said, on Tuesday, we were expecting that to be the low of the week. So Wednesday, expected a small pullback before pushing up higher, and that's exactly what we did. Last hour of trading, we hit that 350 macro. I took this trade and I actually won on Wednesday. It wasn't that trade exactly, but yeah. So we took this trade at the PM session, literally like the last hour of trading, and won it. But yeah, that 350 macro, it really sent price. So yep, as you can see right here, price ended up targeting the Friday low or Friday high, from Tuesday, and yeah, Friday we expected a reversal on Friday, but we did have seek and destroy conditions, and we got a warning as well. So right here, okay, I don't know why my chart's doing that. All right, well, this is supposed to be Asia. This is Asia right here. Right? And this is London before New York AM session, right? And as you can see right here, both Asia high and Asia low, which is like somewhere around here, took out what was taken out before New York AM session started. So that means that we are in choppy conditions, and New York AM session will be choppy, and PM will probably be a little bit better. PM, now that I think about it, it wasn't. I mean, it wasn't too bad compared to this. It was a lot better, yeah. But yeah, I was expecting for price to retrace into this breaker right here, this 1 hour breaker. So we got this high, low, lower high, lower low, broke through right here, break a structure, market structure shift. And then I was expecting Friday morning, or Thursday morning, my fault. We had no trades. Friday was not a trading day this week. I was expecting for price on Thursday to dip down into this. This is a 4 hour for BISI, right? Yes, this 4 hour BISI, as well as this breaker, right? This 1 hour breaker. Never did, and that's all right. Yeah, we just ended up in a 2 break-even trades on Thursday, and it's better than losing. So we learned from it, and yeah. Overall, we were in a market maker buy model right here. Smart money reversal down here. Hit this 50% level, as well as this 1 hour BISI and the standard deviation. But and we were targeting the prior week's highs as the finish to the market maker buy model. Never happened, but hopefully we can finish it off next week. We will see. Before I'm hoping that we don't return to all-time highs again. After hitting this, I hope we drop. I don't really know for sure what's going to happen yet. When we took out these relative equal highs right here, as well as this SIBI. So, I mean, I kind of understand why price didn't take it out, but that was my overall draw on liquidity after Tuesday, creating that low. This is my draw on liquidity for the rest of the week, and it ended up working out pretty well in my bias. I don't have much marked up on NASDAQ. Tuesday, it was set up a little bit different. We had the low of the week on Wednesday instead of Tuesday from ES. We had this 50% mark that price tapped into on Monday from the 4 hour FOMC BISI. So lined up well with this sell side liquidity from Monday, the low of Monday. Tapped into it finally on Wednesday, created that low of the week, as well as this consequent encroachment of the FOMC BISI. Then we return to this 4 hour SIBI right here. Actually, that might be an inverse for like that. No, this 4 hour SIBI. And as you can see right here, price would not go above this level. This is not consequent encroachment, but it's pretty close. Yeah, it's just right above it. So this is a pretty bearish indicator right here that we've came into this area of price this many times, and every single time we stop about the consequent encroachment, pretty much every single time. So that's a very bearish signature. And Monday next week we will be looking for this BPR right here to be disrespected and broke below for a push down right on the 4 hour, and a possible retracement into this order block as well to help push lower and rebalance some of this, and hopefully continue lower, because I'm kind of sick and tired of all-time highs. All right, Dow Jones. Yeah, so last Friday, we had a big drop on Dow Jones, and we had a lot of unfilled imbalances. So on Monday, we had, I think this was an hourly. No. Yeah, we created this liquidity pool right here that we had this equal low from Monday. These relative equal lows right here from Monday, and price came into on Tuesday, as well as this the rest of this SIBI right here. Tapped that, created a low, Tuesday low, right? And then we started to attack these sell side inefficiencies, right? So right here you can see that we closed over this H4 inverse value gap, retraced back down into it, filled it all the way, didn't close back over it, pushed higher, came into this. This is a 4 hour, I think. 4 hour inverse value gap. Came over it, closed over it, retraced back into it, pushed higher, right? So kind of match up with ES and NASDAQ. I'm expecting for us to drop lower next week after hitting certain areas. ES, the prior week's high. Once that is hit, finish off that market maker buy model, I think that we will push lower. Same with NASDAQ after we hit those, I don't even know what it was. Yeah, after we inverse this, I believe that we changed the order. We have completely changed the order flow right here. It's completely bearish on the high time frame. So I believe that on Dow Jones, we will also continue to push lower after taking out either this high or this high right here, right? And we will see. Hopefully, after hitting these highs on Dow Jones, we continue to push lower, and we inverse and disrespect these bullish PD arrays right here to confirm that price is going to continue to push lower, right? And that's how I really create my bias. I don't. If y'all are new to trading, I really wouldn't bother watching all the videos on how to figure out your daily bias, because all that comes with time. And I'm not being a hypocrite, because I thought the same thing when I first started. I was looking up all these videos about daily bias, how to find it, and all of it. I mean, it was really it was very temporary. Found something, it worked for like the few times I tried, but it really just comes down to how much time you've put in the marketplace, right? You got to put in hours, you got to put in time every single day to figure this stuff out. It takes time, and I'm starting to really figure that out, and it's really started to motivate me, and just wanting to trade every single day and become better. So, but what's really helped me out is order flow, right? So none of this, like, I mean, it's kind of hard to say, but what I use is inverse. I use PD arrays to figure out what the order flow is, right? And that's what order flow is. It's the respect or the disrespect of PD arrays in the marketplace, in the current marketplace. And so when I go into the marketplace every single day, I'm looking at areas that price might retrace into, and I create that if that, then this statement, right? So I say, if this happens, then that will happen. If that doesn't happen, then we're going to do this, right? So let's say price is going up, and we have this fair value gap, right? We have this BISI. So if price comes down into it, so let's just say this was like market open right here, right? And I'm seeing price draw down into it, and we start to see a small reaction from it, right? Okay, so I can say if price continues to push up and breaks this structure right here, price continues to push up and respect this, then I'll be bullish if it's a high time frame PD array. So if it's like a 1 hour, 4 hour daily, doesn't matter. I will be bullish for the rest of the day, or for that time being, right? Because if it is the high time frame order flow, it will most likely last for the entire day until that point of interest or that drawn liquidity is met, right? So, but a lot of the times I look for price. I try to look for price that gets disrespected, for imbalances to get disrespected, right? So I don't want to see this. I want to see price come down into this BISI, this high time frame BISI, and completely run through it, right? Run through it and disrespect it. And that will confirm a bearish bias for me. And that's what I take my trades off of. That's considered my bias. That's what I use. And no one really talked about that. When you look up YouTube videos, a lot of them, at least a lot of them that I watched, they never talked about order flow. They all talked about different strategies and stuff. Like, you don't need that. You just need time in the marketplace. And I promise you, if you spend enough time in the marketplace, you will figure it out. and it will come within due time. So let's get back to it. Little side rant. All right, so on DXY right here, you see that on Tuesday we created the low of the week once again, and we had this 1 hour SIBI that price ran down into, right? And this was the smart money reversal, right? This is smart money reversal. We did end up finishing off this market maker buy model on DXY, but this is a reversal point. And I set my my standard deviations from this high, or from this low to this high, this manipulation. And as you can see on Thursday, we hit that -2 level, and we dropped, right? That's the reversal or the retracement level on the standard deviations. So as you can see right here, we had this 4 hour SIBI right here, right? And that day I was looking at price and I was like, okay, well, if we end up closing over this, then I will be bullish. If we end up closing and disrespecting this SIBI, this sell side inefficiency, then I will be bullish for the time remaining, right? And so that's exactly what happened. Price closed over it, retraced into it to the tick, and then continued to push up for the rest of the week. As you can see, we also traded into this 4 hour BISI as well on Wednesday. So we came down into that early in the morning. Yeah, early in the morning. London session right here. Started to push off of it, and it was just kind of choppy right here. We did have a bit of accumulation manipulation distribution here. We haven't fully distributed yet, but we have accumulation right here. We have manipulation at these highs. There's no high time frame PD arrays that really hit it, but I mean, it looks like it, and we did hit these standard deviations levels. But usually when you're doing AMD, you want to see price return below in a bullish scenario. You want to see price return to below the accumulation level, right? So right here, we could possibly retrace into these levels, because we did on Friday. This is helping me with my bias on Friday. Again, high time frame order flow. On Friday, 10 a.m. right here, I was expecting, after we just inversed this this BISI right here, we inversed this BISI, and we closed below it, right? We closed below it, and we started to see a retracement into it. I was like, okay, we're going to continue down for the rest of the day, because once we tap back into this, we most likely will push lower. And I did not notice, and I failed to realize, this SIBI right here, this inverse value gap that got closed over here and deemed a inverse value gap. And price closed over this one because it wanted to reach up for this one, and now we're most likely going to see a drop. So it doesn't matter if this if there's two inverse value gaps above each other or below each other, it doesn't matter. It will most likely target the one on top, just like normal fair value gaps. If there's two on top of each other, most likely it's going to target the one on top. It might disrespect that one down here, the one at the bottom in a bullish scenario. It might disrespect this one and close over and inverse it. But that doesn't matter. I wouldn't say that's an inverse, because price is targeting this higher inverse value gap before dropping lower, right? And like we were talking about earlier, order flow. Monday, I'm going to be looking for this BISI right here, this 1 hour BISI, to get disrespected and closed over, and that will confirm my bearish bias on DXY, right? So, yeah, let me get rid of some of this. Yeah, so that's my outlook on the week. And yeah, I hope y'all found this helpful, and have a good day.